Hi, this is Carrie from Tone Wars. We're going to go live in just a few minutes, but before we do, I just wanted to take a few seconds to say a few things. Jarrod and I really appreciate when you guys tune in and interact with us when we go live. We work very hard to make sure that our live streams and our produced videos are educational and entertaining for everyone. Believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into our live streams and our produced videos. So if you like what you're experiencing here, here's a couple ways you can help us out. The Super Chat feature is turned on and any amount will be appreciated. Jarrod is also available for private consultation for a nominal fee. You can contact Jarrod through two of the links below. One is through our Tone Wars Facebook page and the other is through email. So thank you so much for your support. The live stream's about ready to start, so go pour yourself your favorite glass of whiskey or other libation and we'll be right with you. Cheers!
Welcome to Tone Wars.
Hi guys!
What's happening?
Welcome to Tone Wars Sunday night.
See if I can quiet things down. If I
The
put my
fan
amp in,
on.
Yeah, bypass mode. It seems like it's the same amount of noise, so I'll just leave it on. Hey, what's going on, everybody? we went live by the skin of our teeth tonight.
Skin of our teeth, sliding in.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was. That was a close one tonight. Sorry I didn't put up a thumbnail earlier. We had a busy day, didn't we?
Super busy. Yep.
Yeah, so I was dialing in some stuff. I actually was talking to Brent today about what I was gonna, demo tonight just for fun. I figured I'd revisit my Synergy rig.
Yeah.
I haven't played this rig in a while, and I wanted to see, even for myself, it's been parked for like several weeks because I've been doing all these other amp demos.
Yeah, you fell in love with the new one.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, found me a new. Yeah, and I got to tell you, though, I still, just as much as I ever did, still love my Synergy rig. So I fired it up like just a little bit ago to sound check it. I was like, oh, wow, this sounds great, Zero disappointment with this rig. It still sounds absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And I got two cabs down here tonight. The power amp, all my Synergy modules. I got the Helix controlling and switching and adding effects. And I'll be playing a couple mixes for you guys tonight just for fun.
Mm-hmm. Some of our older songs.
Yeah, one of our older ones that I kind of did like a remix of. Yeah. And and then we're going to do viewer comments.
Viewer comments.
And we had one of the reasons why we were sliding in tonight.
Well, there's a freaking snowstorm. Holy moly!
Yeah.
It's like a whiteout right now in Waterford, Michigan.
So literally, we did slide around quite a bit on the way back, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah, and so did a lot of other people.
Yes.
But cheers, everybody! Cheers to the greatest co-host in the world.
Thank you.
Yep.
Right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Jay, I see you in here. We were going to try to get the Knob Creek. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
The roads were just crazy. We had a business meeting at 5 o'clock, and oh, God, I wish we could talk about it, but we got to wait a second.
We can talk a little bit, but go ahead.
Yeah. So and we were going to pick it up on the way back, but it was it's too bad. The roads are too bad right now.
Yeah, we literally just made it. Thank God I set all this up
this afternoon. I don't think I've ever seen you eat so fast.
Yeah, I know.
He's a super slow eater.
Yeah, I ate pretty quick, man. So it was crazy, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I set everything up ahead of time, and I forgot to put the thumbnail in the community section.
I hope that doesn't hinder.
It might, because when we were on our way to the meeting, I was like, oh, I forgot to. Yeah, but oh well.
Well, share this, you guys. If you're on social media, just take the link real quick and share it, and so you can get the word out that we are live tonight, and
please
we might be snowed in, but we're doing it.
Exactly. That's one of the best things you can do for us is share it on social media, and we'd like to get more viewers in here, and
or text people. Text people the link.
Yeah,
they're just sitting at home in the snow right now.
Yeah, so it would be nice, and if you could give us a thumbs up, that definitely helps the algorithm big time on YouTube. We'd appreciate that. So we're gonna do Synergy revisit some mixes and some by itself. I'll do a Q&A with that, whatever you guys want to know. Since the new modules are coming out in the next couple weeks, I will be reviewing all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's going to be a fun night. I can't wait to do that because there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of buzz about the modules. So
Jay says you don't want to be sliding into the creek trying to get the Knob Creek, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we wanted to get it so bad, and we were like, we better not, because we didn't even have a minute to spare, honestly. Because when we got back, I set up everything, and I just made sure I set up the rig, but I didn't really sound check it. So I just made sure everything worked, and then when we got back and shoved food down our throats, I came down here and sound checked everything, and it's like, I think we're good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to a couple people. We've got 13 people now.
Awesome.
Mark Bowers. Hello.
What's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Thanks for being here.
Talk to Jay a little bit. He's here. Jim Sieben. Hey.
What's going on, man? Hey, I got to get that that multimeter for my my amp. So when you get a chance, let's get together. And I mean, if you don't mind, come on over here and help show me how to do the biasing, so I don't blow up my house. And
no, please.
Yeah.
Please help.
Yeah. I'm Fire Marshal Bill when it comes to stuff like that. So. Once I'm shown, I'd probably be all right. But until then, it's all about let me show you something.
Right.
So,
Aaron Short is here as well. Hey,
what's up, Aaron?
He says so many modules, which to buy.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, yeah. The Pitbull, the Bogners, the Steve Vai one that's coming out. I mean. I get them all.
We've been excited about the Steve Vai one since the summer.
Yes.
We heard about it at Sweetwater.
Or no, it was Sweetwater. Yeah,
Gear Fest, and
so,
thought for sure it would be there because he was there playing. But...
I know, and it wasn't. So, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try them all. So I'm gonna have on the Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Live, whatever they're called, the live interactive gear reviews. Yeah, I'll be doing that. Sorry, I have onion breath.
You sure do.
You sure do.
You sure do.
Maybe some whiskey will tame it. We had,
you sure do, Bob.
We had Culvers, and I forgot to say no onions because we're, sitting very close to each other.
Proximity.
And I'm like going to melt you tonight. You're going to be,
I wasn't going to say anything, but since you brought it up.
Yeah, it's coming back on me now.
You
so I'm
stepped in that hole.
I'm like, who's stanky? Oh, that's me. It's bouncing off of you and hitting me.
Nice. Let's see. Jay says he's number 2 in line for the Fret module on Sweetwater.
The Fryette. Oh, yeah, dude. I can't wait, man. Can't wait. I'm going to get them all. And I talked to Brent earlier. Yeah. He's Bucket is my god.
Yes.
And
I don't think he's here.
I said when that comes out, I will definitely call you or message you or whatever, and we'll get together and check him out because he's a huge Synergy fan as well. So this way he can come over and check them out because I'll have them all here.
Did you put a strip in?
I'm gonna, but not yet because I'm drinking this.
I was gonna say don't ruin your whiskey.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I can suffer through it a little bit.
Yeah, please do. She's taking one for the team tonight, guys.
Well, you've got my iPad over there, so I'm gonna have to use my phone. Let's see. Yeah. Aaron Short wants. Oh, it flipped up and screwed up my eyes. I want the Deliverance, but it won't be out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. He said that was really good.
Pitbull Ultra Lead here. Yeah, for a J. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's gonna be freaking amazing. What you're hearing is the fan. I was just double checking. On my Syn 5050 power amp right here, it's got a fan that's always on.
It gets hot.
Yeah. It gets those amps
Pumps
get hot.
Out some heat.
So that's what you're hearing. So just so you know, that's what that noise is. But I can't really do much about it right now.
And if you see any steam rolling up, it's just Jarrod's breath.
Yeah, pretty much. There were some big hearty onions on that burger,
Red
man.
ones, too.
Yeah,
they're like B.O. onions.
I know. They're like armpit onions.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like, you want your mouth to smell like an armpit? Eat those. And guaranteed, every time, you have armpit breath. Yeah, I think my armpits smell better than my breath.
Yeah, they do. Your armpit, they're good.
I'll just...
Just every once in a while, stretch a little.
Yeah.
Do your pose.
Do I pose?
Do your pose.
Nice. Oh God. Yeah, so we got Well, you got something else you got to read?
Let's see, Aaron Short. I want to know how the Synergy holds up against the Super Kraken.
Well, I'll tell you, like I said earlier, a couple minutes ago, you worry sometimes because I literally parked my Synergy stuff for weeks because I was literally doing so much other stuff, so many other like big amps and little amps and everything, and I was like, I hope I don't plug into my stuff and be like,
what was I thinking?
I don't like it anymore, because it happens to us. That's why everyone's always tone chasing and trading gear for other gear and buying new stuff. So I plugged it in and literally did a couple minute sound check. And the first time my pick hit the strings, I was like, oh God, this is awesome. Like I love my
Good
Synergy
or bad,
stuff.
because you could have sold it to get some money.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Not gonna. Yeah, I love this stuff very much. It's still one of my favorite rigs I've ever owned because I'm a variety guy. I like a lot of variety, and the Synergy stuff is very affordable. Once you make the initial investment in the Syn 2 and the Syn 5050, the rest of it's $399.
Yeah.
Which brings me to another point. Like I'll be reviewing the Soldano. Amps, the new ones, like the Slow 30 and the Slow 100. I will be reviewing those as soon as they hit Motor City. But they are pricey. And you know what? There's an option.
Because you're an option guy.
Exactly. So, like, I have the Soldano amp. It's the Slow module, and it's $399. And from what I've heard, it sounds exactly the same. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to shoot it out. So when I have the Slow 30 and the Slow 100 here, I'm also going to have my Synergy rig fired up, and we'll A/B them and see. So like,
still got your switcher?
Yeah, it's around here somewhere. Well, doesn't matter. It's here. So I think it's over there it's on the couch. See? Yeah. So and I think that's a great option. So like, if people watch the show and they're like, God, that amp sounds really good, but I just can't spend that kind of money. I'll be like, well, get the Soldano module, for $399, and and even if you buy the Soldano module along with the Syn 5050, you're still cheaper than the amp. Yeah. And you can get other modules for it down the road and change things around. So if it sounds exactly the same, that's the route I would take.
Hold on to your wallets, guys, says Aaron.
Yeah.
Jay said something about you farts. He said Jarrod needs to clear his farts out. Probably when we were talking about all of the stank that's happening.
Stank. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're up to here. That's why.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Everyone will hear it because this mic is touchy. I mean, this is how touchy that is. Yeah. You can hear.
Sometimes when I watch the episodes back, I can hear myself breathing, and I'm like, oh, great.
When you get those inside gurgly burps that don't come out, you're like, oh, hang on. And it's like the mic picks it up. You're like, I should have just did it.
You're right. Oh, hey, Ben. And Dave Rebel. Ben says, hey, guys, I'm still struggling with blood sugar issues, but wanted to show support. Long live the stripper song. Hi, Dave Rebel. It's been a minute since I said hi to you.
Hey, what's going on, Dave? What's going on, Ben? It's good to see you guys here. The stripper song. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to learn it and play it just for Ben one of these nights. And he'll probably die.
Well, we don't want that, especially since he's having sugar issues.
I know.
Stupid.
No, I told him, I said, if I played this on the show, you'd probably just die from laughter. And he's like, yeah, I probably would. So, if you're going to go out, that's a good way to go out, right? To the stripper song?
Sure. I can think of other ways, but we'll say okay.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm like 5 minutes away from learning the whole thing, because that's about how long it takes to learn it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to...
Let's do viewer comments.
Viewer comments. All right, I got to get to that little page in my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. The first viewer comment of the night is from Vince Vegas. He did it a day ago. Let's see. How does one not... Excuse me.
Did he actually say excuse me and clear his throat?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay. How does one not have to adjust their playing style to not hit that switch? So this was on your guitar, your Majesty's.
Yes, when I was doing the Majesty guitar reviews, yeah.
To not hit that switch. By the way, the two pups. How can it be a good design to allow a switch being there? Never understood why, John. Haven't played one, but sure seems to me it'd be like 007 having his bulletproof shield in front of your windshield.
Yeah.
Totally in the way of the action. Well, I'm not sure what YMMV means, but blocking my view of the road as I'm driving. I might have to tell Mr. Ball Bertucci put the bulletproof shield switch in the back where it belongs. Ah, so he didn't like it.
Yeah, he doesn't. Some
Not a
people.
fan.
Okay, it depends on how you play. So just so you know, like.
Just like some people don't like giant ice cubes in the whiskey. It's already watered down.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know how you do it.
That's how I like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no more burn.
Well, slam it.
No.
And then the show will get really fun, really fast.
What you say? What you saying?
What you saying?
What you saying?
Well, here's the thing. John Petrucci, if you look at these guitars, there's no pickup rings. So the little hole that holds in, you see that? A little hole.
Let me look. I'm like, yeah, I see
that. So, like, there's a little hole there
Yes.
where you screw the pickups in at the bottom. Probably can't see it, but so he
You
anchors.
use that,
I
yeah.
use that, and I'm the same way. He anchors his pinky there, so he has a fulcrum point
Yep.
when he's playing. So he's not gonna smack
Do you
the
know
switch.
I do that when I sing? I make sure that like a
Oh, the
little
mic
bit
is-
of
yeah.
my lip or something is touching it, this so I don't bang my tooth,
Yeah. You got it.
which I've done before.
Yeah, I think every singer's done it once. But it's a good fulcrum point for him, and he knows where he's at all the time for palm mute, sweeps, shreds, everything. So he doesn't play loose wristed like a strummy like acoustic player. So he's never going to bang into that. And since myself and probably a lot of other metal players are stiff wristed players, so we're not going to hit that switch.
As opposed to limp wristed.
Yeah, exactly. Strummy chords. So, so like when I want to switch pickups, I could do it with my pinky while I'm playing.
And why did the other dude want it on the back?
Well, he wanted it like down here, so if he's playing hard, see, there's guys that are big, like strummy guys like this, and they're gonna bang into that. So, but then again, you got to think about it. John Petrucci. This is his signature guitar.
Yeah.
And he's not Mr.
Player.
Pete Townsend windmill
Right.
guy, So it just depends on your playing style,
Chicago Todd checked in
Hey.
and said he's listening for a little bit before rehearsal.
What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Jason Taylor, looking forward to trying out the new Synergy Bogner Ecstasy module when it drops.
Oh, yeah. I'll be trying that out in a couple weeks. As long as the shipping dates are still accurate for Motor City, I'll be in there picking them up, and I'm going to have, on a Wednesday night, a whole Synergy night.
Yeah.
I'm going to play every single new module, along with some of the ones that I own already, and just kind of compare them and stuff. But,
Right.
man, dude, the Synergy stuff it really is awesome. I mean, I'm like ecstatic because like I'm so glad I still love it after playing my Kraken, and I have new amps on here every Wednesday, and I've had like the JP Mark II C Plus on here twice. I've had I got the MT15 that I bought, and several other amps that I've had on here, and literally like seriously like I still like my Synergy stuff, and I'm stoked that I do.
Scotty
So good.
Reno is here.
Scotty Reno.
He says, hi, guys.
What's going on, man? Good to see you here.
And then Ben just described everybody was like, what's the stripper song? So he put in I'll let them read it.
Oh.
It's in there.
It's
if you
kind of
wanna
an
know.
inside joke,
Yes.
but also an outside joke. It's kind of a funny little thing that we talk about sometimes.
All right, let me go find the next viewer comment. I just got to get back to my gallery.
Next
All
commento.
right, so this is from Michael Barber. The cool thing is, if you already bought the MT15 and must have a Kraken but can't afford one, you could always buy the Kraken V4 tube preamp and run it through the MT15.
Yes, that's a great point because there's times where guys, they already have an amp,
Yep.
but they see another amp that they want to buy, and they're like, well, I can't afford, to spend
Yes.
that, it's $2,000. So it's like, gosh, I wish I could have that tone. So a lot of amps have like an amp in a box version of their amplifiers, which Kraken, Victory does. They have some, and if I remember correctly, they actually have tubes in them. So it's like a real tube preamp in a pedal form. And then so you could run that through the power section of your amp that you already own, and it's the same,
Ta-da.
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Like now you have one or two extra channels, and it costed you a fraction of the cost. You know, so that's actually a great option, and that's why I'm going to do a night where I do pedal amps in a box and see how they sound and stuff, and we'll have fun with that too.
Jay says, I can't play a Strat style guitar because of my technique and where the volume knob is located. I had mine modified and only use one volume and tone. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You're right. I mean, you got to buy the guitar that fits your playing style.
Right.
You shouldn't have to acquiesce to that unless it's so good that it's worth it. But I actually had guitars that had pickup rings on it, and I suffered for years because instead of anchoring my pinky here underneath this pickup, I was literally anchoring my picking hand here, and it always felt funny to me, and I always had to play.
Does everybody anchor, or are there dudes that can
Everybody does. You should see Eddie Van Halen play. Yeah. I mean, his pinky, he's like a teetotaler. His pinky sticks way out here, and he picks like this, and it's like, dude, how do you...
What are you doing there?
Well, when I was a kid and I was so impressionable, I'm like, well, I guess that's how you do it. And I could not make it work. I'm like, what the hell? But he's the only guy on the planet that plays like that.
Yeah.
And then there's guys like our friend TJ and Ola England who hold their pick upside down.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, well, whatever works. So, like, with guitar, there's no rules. Yep. It's just, hey, if it sounds good, it is good. Doesn't matter why. So, there's guys that play with their teeth. I mean, whatever.
You just take out your appliance.
Check out their... Hey, well, check this out. Billy Bob's playing you a little song.
That's funny. Let me see if there are any others. Nope. No other comments right now. All right, so next... Viewer comment. Viewer is from Brett Shaver. Excellent video, as always, dude. You just can't go wrong with buying the PRS MT15. I mean, it's a killer amp at a price point that doesn't feel like a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
Excellent A/B comparisons. Keep doing the good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Don't do the bad stuff.
Don't do the bad stuff.
Keep doing the good stuff.
No, I appreciate it very much, Mr. Scheuer.
Scheuer? Shaver.
Scheuer, Shaver. I always...
There's a V.
Shaver. Brett Shaver. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he always gives me good comments, and I really appreciate that very much. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're looking for a budget-oriented amp, but I don't want to make the word budget sound like, oh, if you're looking for a cheap amp.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dude, the MT15 is like, I think it's the best one out there in that price range. I don't think it's beatable. I think it's just so freaking good.
Did I make a big deal out of it? Or I liked the Kraken. I know I like the Kraken.
You love the Kraken, but you like that one too. Yeah. One of those inside burps.
It's now outside.
And there's going to be onions.
Guy.
Onions.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but if you're looking for an amplifier that's under $1,000, right around $700, I don't really think there's a better amp out there in that price range. Right. I really don't. I think it's amazing. If you remember, like after I reviewed it, I brought it back to the store, because they give me like an open box or a shelf, a floor model, and I brought it back, and for 3 days I was like, God, I missed that amp. That thing was so good. And then finally it was like, I have to go buy it. So I traded in one of my old guitars I never play, and paid a little extra money, got a good deal on it, and I brought it home, and I love that amp. I think it's definitely, again, especially for the price, you can't beat it.
I can't see you way back there.
Oh.
Way out of my
you're trying to get me to scoot forward, aren't you?
No, I just can't see you. I'm like...
All right, I'll scoot forward, but I'm leaning back.
There you go. Perfect. Good, what do you call that, compromise.
Yeah, it's good compromise. We had to talk earlier about where we're supposed to be sitting and why.
You hush. You hush. Let's see.
$50. $50. I won't say nothing.
Darth Vapier. Totally always noticed that about EVH. Eddie Van Halen. Let's see. Jason Taylor. Ibanez RG models have their volume knobs in a position that I'm constantly hitting and turning the volume down on accident.
Yeah, it depends. You know what knob I really wish that guitars would get rid of is the tone knob.
Yeah.
I never use it.
Yeah.
It just makes your guitar sound muddy and crappy. And there's been so many times where I pick up my guitar and I start playing. I'm like, why does this sound like crap? And it's always like, oh, grab the tone knob. You're like, oh, it was like a
Shoot,
quarter way
yes.
down, and you're like, ugh, you know.
Jay
Get rid of
says his middle ring and pinky finger point down when he plays. Middle ring and pinky finger. There you go. So instead of out, like Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, Eddie's got one. His pinky is like up like this. Watch an Eddie video. He literally picks like this. It's almost like if you could talk to him afterwards, you're like, dude, those are some killer riffs. He'd be like, oh, thanks, sweetie.
You're such a
Thanks,
dork.
sweetie. I'll check this riff out. You know.
Let's see. Aaron Short says Apple says affordable when referring to budget.
Affordable. Affordable. Yeah. Well, I would say that the MT15 is definitely affordable. But it's got all the features and quality of an amp that you'd pay a hell of a lot more for. You know, I mean I'm serious, guys. If you haven't tried one, try one. They are absolutely amazing amps.
Jim Sieben says he always uses the tone knob.
Well, I guess it goes right back to. I guess it depends on how you play, right? So, like, what do you use it for? I mean, obviously to change the tone, but I guess it depends on what you're doing.
I was going to answer that question. You stole it.
I stole your thunder.
You stole my thunder.
It's for that I'm scooting back. No, I mean, it depends on how you play. It really does. And that's why there's so many guitars and so many ways that they're set up. Yeah. Because we're all different. There's no right way or wrong way. It's whatever works for you. I know it sounds so PC, but it's not.
Let's see. Same video. The next comment comes from Rob Hansen. I think we as the viewers also have to consider the wattage difference. Your 100-watt amp is going to have that high-definition TV sound compared to the woolly 15-watt. Both are sick, yes, but don't forget about HD TV versus standard def TV.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and I think that was the one where I compared the MT15 with the Kraken, the Super Kraken. And, I mean, I think that he's right, but I also think that there's also the fact that they're just two totally different amps. The Kraken's voiced the way the Kraken's voiced, and the MT's voiced the way the MT is voiced. And maybe when the 100-watt comes out, which I know it will, and if it does, if and when it does, Motor City will pick it up and carry it. I'll bring it home. I'll review it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't blow next time, though.
Oh, that's right. Because the onions mix with the
deodorant.
The deodorant that smells amazing, and it just turns into rancid deodorant. I had onions earlier, so I'm killing her right now. So anyways, and she's going to kill me later. But yeah, if the MT100 comes out, I'll shoot them out, and we'll see what's what. But again, I think that the Kraken's just voiced the way it is. Like same thing with the JP Mark II C Plus. I had that on last Wednesday, and that's got a very tight, percussive, focused sound. And when you put it next to an amplifier that's not as focused, it's just in comparison, you'll hear the woolliness of another amp. But all by itself, you really don't hear it. You know, you only hear it when you switch through an AB box, and you're like, wow, I never realized that amp had that characteristic about it. So it's just weird, you know.
I wish we would have had the AB box in some of our earlier episodes.
Oh, I know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks to Mike Hasty.
We did a great job. It's not, with what we had, but it's so obvious when it's right
next to it.
Yeah.
And see, I thought the same thing. And like when I did like the shootouts on the Wednesday nights, I would go, all right, let me switch amps. I'd pull all the cables out, switch. There's a couple minutes, and your ears adjust, and and you play it, and you're like, yeah, this also is just. I think it's very similar. But then when you A/B them and you go click click, they're not so similar anymore.
Right.
You know, and thanks to Mike Hasty, he turned me on to that AB box because I was going to get some really expensive one. He's like, no, just get this one, and it works really well. So, yeah.
Helix Cabana Boy.
Hey.
Hey there. He was being a smartass. He's like, he uses it for tone. Aaron Lucas, too. No, he was. Yep. He's also said, Aaron Lucas, did you guys get to your Oscar picks yet?
Oscar picks?
Yeah, it was kind of back when we were talking about tone.
Yeah, I did. I picked not to watch. That's what I did.
I thought he was talking about guitar picks, like an Oscar.
No.
I'm so not paying attention.
You of all people.
Right?
No, I picked not to watch because the Oscars and the Grammys and all that whole, like, thing. That's all they do all night.
Wait till it's your turn.
Oh yeah, like I'll ever win an Oscar.
There's got to be something.
I would be
YouTube. What do you call them? Tubies.
Oh, Tubies.
We should make up our own
The Tubies
awards.
I don't think I'd ever win a Tubi.
Is that a thing? Are they called Tubies? No. I don't know. I thought I was on to something.
No, that's not what they're called. We'll talk about that later.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Whiskey's kicking in.
Let's see. Jay says, I don't need no HD TV. I'm watching with bunny ears and a lot of aluminum foil.
Who said that?
Jay.
Yeah, right. I know
Yeah.
you better than that, Mr. 4K.
Vox Pathfinder says, hello.
Hey, what's going on, Dan? How you doing?
There you go.
Good to see you all. So glad everybody's here. Yeah, we should we talk about the little why we're late?
We
Or do you got one
can.
more
I
comment?
have that really long one. You want to do that or skip it?
Just skim through that one because it is pretty long.
Skim
but
through
just
it.
read the pertinent.
How you skim through it?
Read the pertinence.
All right, here goes. You got to fasten your seatbelts.
All right.
Here we go.
Story
Sean
time.
Christopher. This was on a past episode, but it was a new comment. It was, let's see. What were you doing here? What are those things? Oh, we've got the Kraken in there. You had just showed the Kraken.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, hey, Jarrod. Sorry I missed the live stream. The episode was really awesome and talked a lot about essential info that guitarists don't often get due to the stereotypical and misinformed more gain is better mentality.
Yeah, thank you.
Overdrives are the shiz. I'm dying to get a precision drive. Another thing that people aren't taking into account regarding the lighter string gauge debate is how different tunings affect this concept. If you use the strings lighter than 10s for any tuning below E flat, D, drop C, it'll sound like garbage because there isn't enough string tension to hold tune. So the idea that the lighter string gauges sound better doesn't apply every situation because a lot of guitarists are playing with the tuning dropped to at least E flat and below. So lighter strings might sound better in standard tuning for some situations, but it doesn't apply to every situation like the is it Beato? B-E-A-T-O?
Rick Beato.
Beato
Yeah.
video kind of implies, and it's misleading. Almost done. The fact that you stood your ground and stuck to your guns about how you feel about not liking light gauge strings and not being swayed by the wave of people being influenced by the video gave me tons of respect for you. You're awesome, and this was another awesome episode, and Carrie is awesome too.
That's why you wanted to read that. You wanted to read the whole thing so you can get that in.
Getting it in there.
If it was really up to you, you'd be like, Carrie's awesome too.
Done.
No, thank you so much for the comment and the compliments.
Yes. From Sean Christopher.
Yes, thanks, Sean. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I try not to get into the whole groupthink too much because...
it'll take you down faster than necessary.
Yeah, well, the problem with, I'm in Facebook groups, but the problem with Facebook groups is the groupthink mentality.
You're a happier person now that you've backed out a little bit.
Yeah.
You used to be like, bound up and angry all the time and frustrated, and I'm like... Ugh.
Well, there was one group in particular on Facebook that I'm glad I'm not in anymore because that was like, it's just full of fanboys and sycophants that don't understand what reality is. And if you step outside of anything that they think is like reality, it just turns into the herd mentality comes, and then they want to freaking throw you out and, get the hall monitors after you. And it's just like, dude, we're here to learn, from each other. And if you're so closed off from reality, I mean, you're never going to learn anything. You're going to stay right where you are and never progress. And the other thing is like, I play the string gauge that works for me as far as how they feel.
Yeah.
As far as the tone goes and all the little idiosyncrasies, honestly, I don't care. It's not that noticeable that it's like, I got to change all my strings, because here's the thing, I drop tune my guitars. So if I want to, and I'm sure Rick Beato was probably like, well, yeah, I mean, there's exceptions or whatever, because you can't play eights on a guitar that's drop tuned a whole step. I mean, you'll be able to tie them in knots while they're still hooked up. I mean, that's how floppy they'll be, but floopy floppy. So I played the string gauge that works best for what I'm doing. I want to create the amount of tension on the neck that's appropriate. Also, I need the bridge to sit flush, and you could do that by adjusting the screws on the back, but you also don't want to have to over adjust for that. And plus, if I'm coming down here and I'm pulling the string off the neck all the time, the fret all the time, it's too loose. I need to get bigger strings so that I can not deal with that. So I just think that you gotta, again, I think it goes back to the whole rule of there are no rules.
Yeah. No, that's your favorite rule.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of is. Yeah. So like, do what works best for you. There are so many. You know what cracks me up is there's so many guitar players out there that are world-renowned guitar players that do everything wrong.
Yeah.
You know, Jimi Hendrix, strung. He's left-handed, but he plays a right-handed guitar strung upside down. It's like, how,
Right.
like, what the hell, so that's just
That's the way it works.
yeah. Ola England picks upside down. Eddie Van Halen picks with his pinky out. I mean, there's plenty of other guys that play like that, like weird ways, but it works. So I don't really look at the methods, I look at the results. Like, hey, you sounded really good.
Yeah.
I don't care what brand, size, whatever strings or whatever you play, all it matters is the results were awesome. So
let's see. Return to Coda. Hey there.
hey, what's up?
And Matt Fig too. Yo.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
He said, yo.
Yo.
I always want to call him vocal every time. Vox. Vox Pathfinder. You can make huge changes in tone by using different guitar picks. Yes.
Yes, you can. He's right. That's why I use Gravity, and I use a couple other pick companies too, but I like scrapey, sticky, Gravity. I like scrapey, sticky picks that scrape the strings as they go down. There's like this extra kind of brick against brick kind of thing going on, and it adds that scrapiness. Also, I was looking for it. I think it's in me pocket. Chicken picks. They also do that.
And scrapey ones.
Yeah, I'm going to do an episode about that soon. Yeah, right here, chicken picks.
Dave Rebel says he loves the Ibanez SZ520 series 3 knob setup and positions. So far, so good. No major bumping issues. And Jay says lefties rule.
Yeah, because he's a lefty. But he's actually a really good lefty, so he's right.
When are we having Jay back?
I just talked to him about that, and it's going to be within the next few weeks.
Okay.
Jay's going to come on, and he's going to bring his Rev
Generator
120, and we're going to do a Sunday night with that.
Yeah, good.
So you get to be on with us with that too, because we can't do a Wednesday, so we have to do it on a night where you're here, which I know you would like anyways, because you love that amp.
And I like Dave. Or not Dave, sorry, Jay. And I like Jay. Dave, Jay, whoever brings it.
It's the whiskey. She said it's whiskey.
It's all water now.
Yeah.
Your dumb big ice cube.
My dumb big ice cube.
Your dumb big ice cube. I want the little baby ice cube.
Well, at least you can see the helix tonight.
I can always see the helix.
You can, but the camera can't. At least it's in the shot tonight. So, yeah. So I got, is that all the comments?
Let's see.
I mean, the viewer comments.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That was the big one.
Okay, so that was it. And so, yeah, very much appreciate all the comments. We try to read them every week. Feel free to comment, and we'd love to have your comment on the show so we can all interact about it, talk about it, and hopefully if you're the one that made the comment and you're in the live stream, you can enjoy that too. So, but yeah, we were running late tonight because we had a meeting with Motor City Guitar.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty cool,
stuff in the pipe.
Coming up, and we're really excited about it. We can't share anything really about it. Sorry to be so vague, but I mean, there's stuff that we all have to kind of think about and then come back and reconvene about. So, but there's some, if everything works out the way we hope, it's going to be great for us, great for the store, and even better for you guys. You guys are going to win the most because there's going to be much more content and awesome stuff for you. So we really hope that this pans out the way we want it to. Because we really appreciate Motor City Guitar. They are like a pillar in the community here. So like they have clinics, they have like, big time like musicians come in and do clinics and do stuff like that. They have great prices, they have great service. It's a huge store. Yeah. It's like a mall for like musicians. Yeah. And it's fun to go in there and see the staff and hear all the stories at the counter when you're buying stuff. Marty's got a billion stories of people that he's met and different things, and it's always fun to hear all that stuff and and to just check out awesome gear. you know, and to know that if you buy something there and there's ever any issues, it's not like an arm wrestling match to get it taken care of. These guys are great. They want you to be happy and they want you to come back and they totally understand where you're coming from. So it's a great store. So we're hoping if there's anybody that I want to partner with, you know how I am with partners. I'm scared to death of partners. Yeah. I don't want anybody encroaching in on the business.
He doesn't want anybody dipping in his checkbook.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but sabotaging what I'm doing here. Yeah. And I'm very, very protective over that. And they're one of the very few people out there that I would partner with and work with on things. And I'm very honored to even have it to be a consideration at this point. So, yeah. So really looking forward to that big time.
Berserkerland Studios just showed up. Hey there.
What's going on?
Jay says he can hear the whiskey from there. Right?
Yeah. At least you can't smell the onions from there. Because, man. She's always like that. Anytime we get food, she's like, no onions.
No, onions. Garlic, yes. Onions, no.
Yeah. So this time I forgot. it.
It's your loss.
You know what, though? You're the one that placed the order.
Oh, now it's my fault. It always has to be my fault.
You could have said no onions, but she didn't.
It's because I'm the better driver.
You were probably like, I'm craving some armpit breath tonight.
Ooh, Aaron Short, thank you so much for the super chat.
Hey, thanks, man.
He says, I have a Synergy video tomorrow morning where I play some of the new modules with Henning and give my reaction.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Dude, I can't wait to see that. And I'm so happy for you that you and Henning, I think you did a couple of videos with Henning Pauly. He's like what everybody wants to be on YouTube. He's like one of the biggest YouTube channels out there. He's got 1 billion followers, and Aaron Short happened to be able to do some videos with him. Oh,
nice. Congratulations.
Yep. I'm surprised Aaron even talks to me anymore.
Right, we're at the kitty table.
Yeah, we're at the kitty table again. So, like, whenever I call Aaron now, he's always like, Henning's friend. Can I help you?
Right.
I'm like, oh, thanks for answering my call, Aaron. So honored to be talking to you right now.
Nice.
No, that's cool, man. I can't wait to see that video because I'm sure it's going to be really good.
Go check it out. What's his Aaron Short Music? Is that his page?
Yep. Aaron Short Music. Yep.
His YouTube channel.
He's changing it to Henning's friend Aaron.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
Are you gonna play some or what?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Let me just kind of get comfortable here.
Yeah.
I got 2 cabs going. So you got signal chain is guitar into the helix, which is doing the routing, switching, and effects, but no sounds are coming from the helix. There's no amp tones, amp models, anything like that. The only external pedal you're going to hear is the Horizon Devices Precision Drive, and maybe a flanger or chorus pedal or whatever. And any effects other than that, you're going to hear through the helix.
Or Jarrod's butt.
Or my butt. You might hear something tonight. Those onions are kicking in hard. So, and then I have the 2 Mesa 212 cabs down here with vintage 30s. Both are mic'd with Sennheiser E609s. Straight out to the board, straight out to you guys. There's no EQ, there's no compression, no nothing on them. So, and then the modules I'm playing tonight. So you got the Syn 5050 here, which is the power amp.
Show them what you have, Vanna.
And I have the Camerock from Salvation Mods. I have the Engel Savage from Synergy, along with the TDLX by Synergy and the Soldano SLO from Synergy. So I'll just cycle through these a little bit. I'll play them for you a little bit. And I'll do some in a mix. And let's just see what happens. I didn't even have a chance to warm up tonight. So I hope this goes well because this could be disastrous after the crazy day we've had. Switch picks here. Use the... All right, let me just play a couple riffs and then I'll do a mix. That was fun. That was fun. Must be fun for you because you're not wearing in-ears. So all you're hearing is amps.
I remember, though. We
Yeah.
haven't done that song in a minute. Let's see. Adam Gothridge, the motion blur on the fast picking is fun. Yep. Scotty Reno.
Hey,
Right back at
thank
ya.
you. He remembers that song too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's an oldie. I just kind of remixed it for gear demo purposes.
Yeah.
It used to be an 11-minute song. Remember that?
Trying to forget it.
Standard procedure for my songs was like 11 to 15 minutes per song.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
We'll see.
Right. Yes, we will. Let's see what else we have here. Somebody else had a comment earlier. Brad Shimke or Shimmick? Shimke, maybe. He was saying awesome news about Motor City.
Oh, thank you.
He said working with Motor City will be a win-win situation, and he also hates onions.
Oh.
So we can be friends.
No, thank you. Yeah, the that will be a good relationship because, like I said, the store is great. Marty's awesome. All the staff, everybody. It's just, to me, it's like I just think it's gonna be very, very beneficial for all parties, including our audience. So I think it's gonna be great. Yeah.
Are you gonna get the Steve Vai Synergy module?
I'm gonna definitely review it.
For sure.
I don't know if I'll buy
I'd
it.
be mad at you if you didn't.
Yeah, I have to review it. I don't know if I'll buy it. The only reason why is I love Steve Vai. I think he's amazing. He's one of my favorite guitar players. But I don't know if it would fit what I play, me. If it does, I'll buy it. But I don't know. Because the Legacy amps, I've only played one. and I found it to not have the aggression that I like.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's not good. It just doesn't fit what I do.
Right.
I need a lot of aggression. So that's just the way I play. It's the way I like it. So I like angry amps with a lot of attitude. You know, that's just me.
Nick Webster says he loves the show. Right back at you.
Thank you very much, Nick. Very much appreciate that. Yeah. So also, just so you guys know, that module that I played in that song was the Camerock by Salvation Mods. It's definitely one of my favorite modules. It sounds just ridiculous. It's got a lot of nice bite to it. It's very bitey, but it's got a lot of fullness to it as well. It's like it's got the whole spectrum. You know, it's got everything that I like in tone. So it's a very, very good module. They really nailed it when they made that. It's made after a Cameron amp, which Cameron went out of business and you can't get them anymore. So I'm glad that they captured the spirit of that amp and put it in a module. It's all real tubes and real circuits and everything else. So there's nothing fake about it. There's no digital stuff. It's just a real module. So yeah, it's really nice. I could do one. Go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to switch guitars.
Do my thing.
Yeah,
I love how you say that. Go ahead and do your thing.
Do y'all's thing.
Make small comments so I can read them to you.
Help her do her thing. I'm going to switch guitars, and then I'm going to do a couple more mixes for you guys with other modules so you can hear the difference.
Now, what do you have coming up on Wednesday? Have you picked it out yet?
No, I haven't.
So that means a trip to Motor City tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to go to... I lost my strap. Here it is.
Find it?
Yeah, can you put that over my... There, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want this side?
Thank you. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I got to go there tomorrow and figure out what I'm going to do. It's getting close to where there's a ton of new gear coming out to where I'm picking things at the last minute because I might pick something and like promote it and then like, oh, this came out and I'm like, oh man, you know, so I'll have to change gears.
There's more weeks.
Yeah.
More Wednesdays. You get a Wednesday every week.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you have to, you can do it on Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you'll let me?
Oh, stop it.
Thanks. Let's see here. Let me find the next one.
Brett Shaver says Synergy gear is the best new gear he bought and he loves it.
Hey, what's going on? We just read your comment earlier.
Yeah, you made viewer comments this week.
Yep, you made the comments. Yeah, he's right though. It's like it's one of the most exciting things that's happened with gear, especially with the tube amp world, because a lot of people switch to modelers because they want something smaller and this and that.
Lighter.
Well, Synergy is small and light, and you get all the options. And that was the other thing. People are like, well, you know, with a Kemper or a Helix or an Axe-Fx, I can have just about any amp I want. Well, guess what? With the Synergy, they don't have every amp, but they have enough. It's like, dude, if you can't find an amp module in there in that pile of amp modules that they have available, then you're not looking hard enough, because I got stuff in here that's incredible, you know. Let me fire up the Soldano. Let me see where
Jason Taylor says it would be awesome if Synergy made some of the front panel switch options on their modules accessible via MIDI. Right now you can only switch channels or bypass.
That would be nice, because the thing is the reason why you see saying that is like I know the Kraken can do that. Kraken has a switch. It's a 3-way switch for all the features, and if you put it in the middle section where it's like the null section, MIDI takes over, or you can do it manually. So I you know, here's the thing: people complain, like all the amp guys like complain about digital technology, and the digital people think the amp guys are cork sniffers, you know, like, oh, you guys are just, you know. But here's the thing. If it wasn't for the digital stuff coming to the market and being as good as it is, the amp guys wouldn't have to step up their game.
Yeah.
So now the amp guys are like, well, I guess we got to make our stuff better. And you can take some of the concepts from the digital realm, in other words, like the ease of use and the way of switching things around, and go, well, we could do that with our stuff. And if, you know, amp guys, if you want a piece of the pie, you got to do it, because it's just the way it is. And guess who wins? The consumer. The consumer wins. So it's like it's a great time. Like people say all the time, we're in the golden age of gear right now, because it's a great time to be a gear hoarder, because there's so much good stuff out there. I said hoarder, not whore. So yeah, it's great. Hopefully this switched. Yeah, it did. Let me make sure. Let me just do a couple of chugs here and see what I got, and then we'll come back and talk a minute, and I'll do a mix. I literally haven't played this rig in several weeks, so there
Well,
was
30 people are about to hear you do it.
Oh, cool. Well, here's the thing. I had the gain all the way up on the rhythm channel, which is not normal, so I had to turn it down. That's why it sounded really nasty at first, and I had to just make a couple adjustments, which kind of proves I have not played this in a while. But man, that's the Soldano module,
Yeah.
dude. That sounds good. That sounds really freaking good. Mm-hmm. All right, we about to do this. Let's go with. I'm gonna do this guy. I'll do 2 mixes for you right now. Here we go. One second. That was that mix was really loud. Let me try that again. Here we go. Sure, I'm just making sure it's at the right volume. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. Live TV, stuff happens. Wow, yeah, that thing sounds freaking killer. Oh my god. I'm gonna turn up the rhythm just a hair. Yeah, like I said, we did not sound check.
All of the things.
Yeah, tonight because it was literally like we started last minute tonight, so I didn't get a chance to sound check everything, which I usually spend an hour doing. And I have about 20 mixes here for background tracks and backing tracks, and I have to get with my guy Paul. If you're watching, we gotta put these all at the same volume because sometimes you
have to
forget.
adjust.
Like this one's
Yeah.
I gotta do at this volume. That one's I gotta put them all. I gotta normalize them all
Right.
because man, those were loud as hell. And my new ones, the one I played earlier, is a lot lower in volume. So
What module are you currently using?
I'm using the Soldano.
The SLO?
Yeah, the SLO right now. That thing sounds great. I haven't heard that module in like 3 months because I literally haven't played through it in
Steve
that long.
Shaheen checked in. He said the module sounds really good.
Oh, what's up, Shaheen? What's going on, man? Yeah, that does sound really good. Yeah, let me do. I just turned it up a hair. I felt like it was a little low in the mix. Let me do one more with the Soldano, and we'll chat a little more, and then I'll do another one for you guys after that.
That was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Not too bad. It was pretty good. Not too bad for onion breath, right? Yeah, that Soldano's pretty good, man. I can't wait to get the full blown slow 30 and slow 100 here, because when I do, again, I'm going to shoot those out, and if that I'll tell you, if that Soldano module sounds just like those, now people really got options. They can either spend the money and get the real, well, this is the real thing too, but you know what I'm saying? They can get that, or they can get this energy version, which, man, especially after not playing it for a long time, geez, that thing sounds good. Sounds really good. Me likey. Yeah.
So did they. Mark
Yeah.
Bowers, great tone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, well, Mike Soldano, great tone. It's a great module. It really is. It's very full. Hopefully it sounded good in the mix. Again, I didn't sound check anything tonight. I didn't have time. So hopefully the mixes sound good to you guys out there. They sound decent here. A couple things I would change, but too late. Too late. Yeah. So, anyways, but if anybody's got questions about the Synergy gear, I've had all this stuff for well over a year now. Played it a lot. We actually recorded one of our songs with it. Played out several shows with it, and I'm so familiar with all the different scenarios I've used in band practice, recording, personal practice, and shows. So
Mike Hasty wants you to holla at him.
Oh, what's up, Mike Hasty? Walls of Jericho, Mike Hasty. Dude, I'm so glad, because of this channel, I know Mike now.
Yeah.
And he's a great dude. I've learned a lot of stuff from Mike. I'll tell you, I really have. He's taught me many things, and I appreciate it very much. He's very knowledgeable. In fact, like I said earlier, if it wasn't for Mike, I wouldn't have got that amp switcher. It's a great piece of gear. Very, very affordable amp switcher. So, and that helps the channel because now I can AB amplifiers for you guys, So it's really nice. And
Hi.
Mike also has, hi.
Oh, hi.
Mike also has a Voodoo modded, is it a 6505 that you have, Mike? That we're going to actually have on the show very soon because we're going to see if the Voodoo mods
work Voodoo.
Well, yeah, exactly. If they work some really good Voodoo on the amps, but we're going to see what the differences are because he also has a 6505 that's just factory. So we're going to shoot them out and see how much different they are and all that because there's a lot of guys that want to get their amps modded, and we're going to see how, is it really worth your money having your amp modded? We'll find out. I've heard great things about them, but, seeing and feeling and playing is, definitely the thing that tells the truth, right? So.
The truth sayer. Let's see, warm chord music. I have the Soldano module as well. I enjoy it immensely.
Yeah, it's great. It really is. Yeah, you know what I like about these? Is you just turn a couple knobs and you got your tone.
Bam, bam.
Yep, you just grab it and you're like, oh, I need a little more treble. Boop, you nudge the treble. I need a little more bass. You nudge the bass. I need a little more gain. You don't have to read a manual.
Bass.
You just kind of...
No trouble.
Yeah, you just kind of do your thing, and it's really nice to be able to turn knobs and you're switching real things in real time. Circuits and tubes, man.
Paul Smith just checked in.
Hey, what's up, Paul?
Said he just made it because it was a long drive in the snow.
Oh, I'm sure, man. Jeez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, good. Thanks for being here and drive safe. Holy crap.
It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, even, it was funny when we were at Motor City, we were talking to Marty. He's like, yeah, it looks like it's coming down. I said, I think we're 10 minutes away from, total disaster.
Yes.
And
within 10 minutes, we have ambulance and
fire
fire trucks
going by the store. And I was like, well, I called that right. And then when we left, we're driving home through it. And we're like, are we going to make it back in time? Like, holy crap, man. And there was, this huge accident in front of us. And I was like, and God bless the people, I hope they're okay and everything. But you also think about, am I going to make it home on time, So it was kind of scary.
Let's see, Brett Shaver. Happy I caught you, but hi ho, time to board again. I go. Rock on, guys.
Oh man, safe travels, man. Safe travels. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
really
for tuning
appreciate
in.
it. He always has such great things to say,
Yeah.
a lot of encouragement and stuff. And
Thanks for being part of Tone Wars.
it really, really means a lot to us. I mean, please give us a like if you like this because it does help the algorithm and share with people and stuff. I mean, we really appreciate that immensely. I can't wait to see what happens with Motor City Guitar because I'm super stoked about the future right now. I mean, I couldn't be happier, I should probably do some stuff with the Ingle.
Before you do, are there any built-in noise gates in the modules?
No, I wish there were, and that's a great question. I know the Ingle has, I think it's on their Fireball or Powerball, one of their two amps, they have a built-in noise gate. And it would have been cool if they would have had it on their module. I don't know if it can fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're just little modules. But that said, I think that's something that, again, where they have to step it up. Like, if they can fit it on there, I think they should. The other thing I wish that Engel would have done with their Savage module is give us 2 separate EQs. I just think that it's so, like, important to have, if you can have 2 channels, you should have an EQ for each channel, because, you know, when I'm doing rhythms, I want a little more bite.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the treble up, not a lot, just a hair, just enough to give me that really nice, you know, cut and bite and aggression. But on my leads, I want to turn that treble down a hair, because I don't want, you know, people's ears to hurt when I'm hitting the higher notes. So I wish I could, like, dial my tone in that way. Now, some modules do, like the Diesel VH4, which I have, but it's not in the Sin 2 tonight. That has its own separate EQs, which I think are great, because now you got 2 fully usable channels. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, with the new ones. Okay, so the new Fryette stuff and modules like that, they have actually a separate EQ, and they have like the V-shaped EQ, like the one on like the Mesa, you know, not the Dual Rex, but the Mark series amps. So you'll have your own little EQs for stuff, for additional EQ that's, you know, like separate stages. So that's nice to have. And then if you get the Salvation mods units, I don't know if you can see this, probably not, but there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 3-way switches on it. On top of, you know, you have bass, mid, treble, and then you also have 2 gain stages on it. So it's like an incredible amount of tone
there
shaping.
a balls button on there too?
That was on the Angel.
The Angel,
yeah, that's right here. So like the Angel, so if you really want a really tweaky kind of like a really quirky but awesome, very highly tweakable module for your Synergy rig, go to Salvation Mods, because all of theirs have tons of tonal characteristic options, you know, tone shaping options, and it's just a lot of fun finding your specific tone that works for you on it. And it's not frustrating. It's like a rabbit hole that's fun to be in, you know. So yeah, they're a lot of fun. So I'll just do a couple riffs on the Engel. You know, nothing crazy. I'll just do a couple of riffs on that so you guys can hear that too. Let me see here. Let me find it on my
Jeff Cornell.
Helix. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, Jeff. Ooh, boy, that's... All right, let me turn that down. All right, 1 second here, guys. Yeah, that one's gnarly as hell. That's dialed in for a lead, so I'm using 2 different channels on that, and that was all the lead channel. The rhythm channel's a little darker, and like I said, I didn't sound check this, but yeah, that sounds really good. I would probably dial in a couple things different on it now, but it's still, like, it's got its own quirky, weird, especially when you kick in the wah. It just sounds weird. Yeah, like this weird wah, like quirkiness about it. That's really cool. So
it's just another nice flavor. Yeah,
it's a nice flavor. You know, I use it anytime I'm doing a solo with a wah in it. And that's what's nice about having the Synergy stuff is, like, I have 2 Sin 2s, 4 modules in here.
You're being attacked by the yawns. I can't stop.
Sorry. And I pair it with the Helix, which MIDI switches everything. So I can use a Soldano for a rhythm, and an Engel Savage for a lead if I want,
Yeah.
or vice versa. So it really gives me a lot of really cool options, you know. So yeah, I mean, anybody that's thinking about getting the Synergy stuff, like if you're really wanting something unique and different, but still has legit amp tones, I honestly think that's the way to go. I really do, because tons of options and they sound and feel amazing. And anytime you want a new amp, it's $399. You know, it's not like you got to go spend $2,000. It's $399, and you have a whole new preamp section of of a legit amp. So they're really nice to have. They really are. So
Let's see. La 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 la. Steve Shaheen, how does that Engel module compare to the Fireball you had the other day?
oh, that's a good question. You know, they're two totally different things, because the Fireball, I feel like the Fireball was a little fuller.
Yeah.
Where the Savage, depending on the channel, like again, I'm using the channel 2, which is more for leads, so it's a little thinner. But channel 1, I'd have to really shoot them out to know. But I think I think they would be great contenders. I think it comes down to, do you prefer something that has that quirky sound?
Yeah.
Because the Savage is quirkier, and the Fireball is a little more straightforward, but it still has its own voicing.
Yeah.
Both of them are great, though. I'd go, yeah. I mean, honestly, though, for a lead unit, I'd stick with the Savage, because it's just so freaking nasty. I love it. Yep. So it's a great unit for that.
We got caught up with the comments.
Caught up with the comments. All right. Let's see here.
So we're caught up with the comments.
No, I'm just seeing if there's anything I missed that was like, because sometimes you'll, like, later I'll be like, why did you read that one? You're like, I didn't know what they were saying. Because it's like weird nerdy gear stuff.
Like it looked like Greek. I don't know.
And it's only gear nerds like me would understand it. You got to be nerdier. We should get you some of those glasses.
Some dark glasses.
With a little piece of tape here.
To hide behind. Those are actually really popular right now.
Yeah, I know. They are.
Might be a hit.
It might be a hit.
Might be a hit.
If you guys want...
I'd rather buy new boots, but...
No, I think these would go great with your boots. If you guys want her to wear nerd glasses next week, I think that would be awesome.
As long as you're buying.
Yeah, they're probably not that much.
You can just get the fashion one.
That'd be funny to see, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like I fell a little flat on the Engel one. Let me see if I can... Let me see what I got here. I didn't really know what I was going to play, so I was like, well, what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, that's all rhythm.
Mike Hasty, stock 6505 plus, and Voodoo Platinum modded 5153.
Okay, so I just... Oh, what did he say?
He said stock 6505 plus, and Voodoo Platinum modded 5153.
Oh, yeah. Which the 6505 plus is basically, it's a 5150. So we definitely have to shoot those out. I mean, tell us what you think. What do you think, Mike, was the big difference between them? I'd like to know, because I'm very curious about that. Because I had an amp years ago I almost sent in for mods. You know, I was going to get it modded, and I was like, man, I don't know, you know, and because it's expensive. It's like $1,500 to get your amp modded. So I want to see really what the difference is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's worth it, you know, but seeing's believing, you know. Let me play a couple of riffs. I got the Savage on the other channel, which is the rhythm channel mode. So let's see what that sounds like here. 1 second. Yeah,
better?
I really like that
Feel
channel.
better now?
For rhythms, yeah. For leads, I like the other one, but I don't like the lead channel for rhythms. It's a little too thin and bitey, but it's great for leads. I like that much better. When I made the adjustment there, I had the precision drive on 2 notches up on the tight knob.
Yeah.
So I turned it down 1 notch to add a little more fullness back in, and it was like, there it is. It's a sweet spot.
Mike
Yeah.
responded. He said, "Mod is less gain, much more focused with a lot of mids, way less fizz than stock."
Ah, okay. And that was the big thing that people was
Yeah.
said about the 5150s and stuff, is that they're great. They're fantastic amps, but every amp's got its quirk, and that was the thing with them, is the top end on them can be a little aggressive sometimes, So so what they did is they probably when I sit down, I'm changing my volume on my in-ears. It's like going way up. So they probably, like he said, they focused it more and made it more refined.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
Refining is a good thing. So yeah, I can't wait to check it
Still-
out.
Still working on it. My whiskey
Still working
water.
on yours. Double cheers.
My whiskey
Your-
water.
Yeah, your whiskey water. Well, the good news is, since it's so watered down, we can run up to the store and go get that Knob Creek.
We're gonna go test the roads.
Yeah, we're gonna go
anyway.
test the Knob Creek stuff that Jay always suggests. It's what is it? The Knob Creek
Just not. Oh,
maple.
maple.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love maple. It's
Yeah,
so
so
good.
I figured we got this awesome store right down the street that sells everything, and they
Peanut butter cake.
peanut butter chocolate cake, peanut butter mousse.
Peanut butter mousse.
Yeah,
To die
and,
for.
oh my God! And they got shawarma, which Mike Hasty's very
Grape
familiar with.
leaves.
Grape leaves,
Mediterranean
Mediterranean
dip.
food, yeah, everything.
Yeah.
It's all like stupid. It's a great store. So, and they're gonna have
You're making me hungry.
I know they got a tap room coming in upstairs.
Even better.
How many taps was it?
I don't know.
Was it 53? I think it's 53 or 57 taps. So we're gonna have all that to sample,
Right.
which is gonna be really fun.
We'll have to go live from Alex's Gourmet Market.
Maybe we should. That would be fun. You guys would all be hungry though, watching, and the
Sure.
tap room's gonna be amazing. And it's in walking distance, so in the summer,
You can drink a lot.
yeah, you can drink a lot and stumble home. Just don't stumble into the wrong house.
Right.
Pin your address
There
to your
was a
shirt.
video on Facebook this week. It was somebody, I think it was over in the UK, where he was at a party in a neighborhood. He left to go home or, I don't know, go get some supplies and went back to the party. And he was drunk. And what he thought was the party, and it was the neighbor's house that he ended up
Ooh.
going into.
That's not good.
And he fell asleep on their couch and woke up in the morning to this couple. And they took it really well. They were laughing about it like we had this stranger just...
Hey, Bob, want some eggs?
Right. They did. They gave him some breakfast. She gave him a cigarette. And, they just had a good laugh about
That's
this
funny.
stranger falling asleep on their couch.
At least he didn't do anything else.
Right.
That's hilarious, man. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, Steve Shaheen was here, and we went there together, and he said he still has he said, I still have to get that Thanksgiving dinner beer for Taya.
the sweet potato.
Dude, that is probably the best beer I've ever drank.
It's really, really good.
God, is that good.
You can't drink more than one at a time, but
No,
it's
no,
good.
it's 14%, but
Yeah.
it tastes like Thanksgiving dinner, and it's got the perfect amount of every kind of flavor you could think of in it, and
Very balanced and
God, it's so good.
creamy,
Yeah.
but not heavy.
Yeah.
I don't even,
It's just awesome, and the thing is, though,
it's what it is. It's just awesome.
and it takes you a while to drink it because it's so rich, but when you get it and it's cold, it actually warms up because it does take a while to drink
Yeah.
it, and as it gets warmer for the room temperature,
changes a bit.
and it tastes even better. It's
Yeah.
almost better at room temperature. I almost think it's one of those beers that you just drink right out of the bottle. You
Yeah.
don't cool it. But
It's a progressive beer.
yeah, exactly. It progressively gets to room temperature. But the thing is I would always drink it cold to start with because it does slightly
Yeah.
change as it sits. So it's a really good
Yeah.
freaking beer.
I'm glad I made you buy that.
Yeah, I was like, this better be good for $7. You know? Jeez.
Jeez. Jay says, do you think Synergy will start getting more creative with the look of their modules now that Steve Vai has a green one?
That would be nice. I think, because sometimes people are like, let's keep it all the same and keep it uniform, which is fun and fine and whatever, but at the same time, it's kind of like,
Let people have fun.
Yeah, like I love looking at my board and seeing different stuff on here.
Jared's like a fish.
I'm like a fish.
Sparkles. Shiny and
things.
sparkles.
And lights, blinky lights and stuff. Like, I would like to look at my Synergy stuff and go, wow, look at all the variety there, and it looks really cool. So, I would like to see that. I would like to see them do a couple of things. I would like to see them pretty much insist on each channel having its own EQ, number one. And number two, just kind of like make the modules look reminiscent of the actual amplifier that they're emulating there. You know what I mean? So if Bogner's had like a gold front, that it would be a gold front. You know, Soldano's had like the white kind of crisscrossy kind of stuff going on there, the grill and stuff. I mean, it'd be nice if they were white, or whatever, and so on and so forth. I think that would be kind of cool, and it's easier for us to recognize them. Because it's all about branding. You look at the thing, like when you go look for Subway.
Here, they just look like
they're all the
knobs,
same.
black with knobs.
Yeah, well, it's like the Subway. They got the yellow and green sign.
Yeah.
So when you see yellow and green, you know it's Subway.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with all these other amps. Like, if they ever did an EVH, it would be good if they had the red and white stripes.
Yeah.
You would know that that's an EVH. So it's a good question. I think that they should definitely do that, though. I really do. That's the way to roll, as far as I'm concerned. So what did we do? We did the...
we did it all.
We did it all. We did the announcement.
Yes.
We did the...
Viewer comments.
I played some stuff.
We drank.
We drank a few things. And,
we laughed.
We laughed.
We interacted.
We did. I had onion breath.
Yeah.
And I probably still do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to, I have a lot of other things I got to do tonight, and this whole day's been about meetings and getting ready for tonight's meeting and stuff with Motor City Guitar, so I got to get to the other things I got to do, but I want to say thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We very much appreciate it. And I don't know what I'm demoing this Wednesday, but I'm going to go to Motor City Guitar tomorrow.
You can put it in the community section.
Yeah, so check the community section tomorrow. I will put up whatever I'm going to do this Wednesday night. So catch me this Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be demoing something. And, yeah, I know, it's weird. Usually I know what I'm going to do.
I'll be demoing something.
I'll be demoing something, so...
it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, it's going to be a mystery
Let's go
night.
with mystery night.
Yeah, it'll be mystery night. Yeah, I could be demoing peanut butter sandwiches.
Ooh.
I don't know. But it'll be something, and I'll try to make it enjoyable for everybody. But... So, again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We very much appreciate every one of you and all of you that take time out of your night to spend it with us. We definitely are honored that you do that, and we appreciate it very much. So, again, good things to come very soon, and we will keep you in the loop with the whole thing with Motor City Guitar. And I will see you guys Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So... God bless everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.